Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. We have Jigar Dula, Chinmay Purav, Jaivir Chawda, and Pushpak Chhajer with us today. And see, like today I started like the new series called We Must Sip, right? Yeah. So that we're gonna do, and we gonna share uh, some Laravel updates with you, right? Uh, okay, so let you guys introduce yourself from Jigar,
We can skip this day.
right? I think Jaivir is there for first time in our stream,
Yes.
so I will call him Jigar. Jaivir, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, guys, good evening. Myself, Jaivir Chawda. I am a junior software developer and I started my journey way back in 2022 with PHP and I gradually moved to Laravel. So this
Okay,
is my short and precise info. I hope you guys are enjoying your Sundays.
Yes,
we
we
must
are.
be. Hmm. I need to open this. Okay, what you have, Pushpak, like to drink?
I'm drinking Red Bull. I
Ah,
only had this at my home, so
yeah, that's cool actually. There is no like harm in that. Okay, so we're gonna start with Hyperwell, right?
yeah.
So I don't know about the Hyperwell. What it is? I don't know actually.
It's okay.
So I
I also
came
don't know
across.
about that.
So
Hey, Nuno is there. Hey,
again,
Nuno.
I don't know.
hey. So I came across Hyperwell few months back when I was preparing for my talk about async PHP for Laravel Pune meetup. Hyperwell was kind of like if you consider Laravel, right? Laravel is not a true async framework. In the case like still the entire framework is like every single time request comes in, it gets the new process is actually created to handle that request, and then once that entire request is handled, the process gets terminated every single time. There are ways you can actually extend that functionality, like Laravel Octane you can use, and behind the scenes you can use full Franken PHP or Roadrunner, and in that way you can just keep a long running process and then serve the only like keep the application bootable part always in memory and then just serve the business logic of your application. So when I
It's
was like preparing for my talk about async php, I came about this framework called Hyperwell, and Hyperwell was some like a very like true async framework where entire part, like even starting from the bootstrapping, handling every single thing was completely async. And it's again like completely with Laravel style. It's again not completely adaptable to Laravel, but most of the syntax and everything was like uh, adapted from the Laravel itself. So you see all the facades, DB, and all the things, right? All has been like they have been developed by keeping in mind the Laravel syntax and the developer experience. So
right.
you get to enjoy the goodness of the Laravel at the same time the performance of async, true async. So
Mhm.
that's how I actually came across Hyperwell.
Okay, so
And
you
recently, yeah, recently they actually released a beta version, I guess, or I'm not sure. Let me just quickly check that. They released, yeah, beta version 5 days ago. So yeah,
so it is like I can see that if you like go to their like hyperwell.org, right? Like we can see same syntax like route get profile controller, right?
hmm.
But one interesting syntax is there, and maybe if I don't know if it is available in Laravel or not, but I would like to see that syntax into our Laravel web.php as well, because I don't know, like if you can share any images or something here, or even like I can share my screen if like is it good to share the screen?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Okay, I will like try to share my another screen. Right. Okay.
That that would
So,
also be, yeah.
right, we can see here that it passes third parameter as a middleware array. Isn't it cool?
Yeah, I like that syntax.
Right. So I think it's good idea to add a third parameter as a middleware array, but I don't know if like it will gonna work with like the groups and all, right? The group we define for middleware, like, right. So
Yep.
I don't know, but it seems good. Like if you have any separate route and you want any particular like middleware to like use that, is it kind of options, right? I don't think it's for middleware only. It's like kind of options, right? Where one of the option is middleware. So yeah, that's cool. And we can see the like authorization, ORM. It is mostly like related to Laravel, right?
Yep.
Mostly. Is it
Yeah,
is it for
most of the stuff. Most
yeah,
of the
is it a
stuff they
fork?
have.
Yeah, yeah. Is it a fork of Laravel or something?
No,
No.
it's not actually. It's actually kind of created from the scratch itself. The only thing they
Mhm.
are focusing is adopting the style of Laravel so that more and more people can start using this framework without learning new syntax and all.
Mhm.
Uh,
No,
so
no, no material storage is there.
if you open just docs, right?
Mhm.
Like
Okay.
we can read this also, but if you just scroll down, like Laravel Octane is there, but Laravel Octane is not a true async. It's like still there is co-written support is not for all the requests. Like they are not shared between all the requests. It's only limited to one
Mhm.
request. Still, even with the Laravel Octane, even though there is that one thread which was opened, like there was one issue which was opened on the Laravel Octane repo that is there a way to actually extend this functionality so that all the requests using Lara, like all the requests which are handled by the Laravel Octane can share the same coroutine. And I don't think that was possible though. There was some limitation in how the Octane actually underlyingly implemented. So now if you see the benchmarks, right? Again, this
Mhm.
benchmark doesn't mean anything, but if you just look at the benchmarks, they are very crazy, like in terms of the performance, in terms of everything.
Right, right, right.
Like if you
So
just
like
scroll down,
yeah, mm, right. So is it like Laravel should also try to adopt these kind of things in the framework itself? Do you think?
see
No.
again,
No,
Laravel
no.
balance is a very good thing. See, this kind of
Mhm.
stuff you always wanted whenever you know what exactly you are doing, because writing code in a shareable coroutine or maybe where whenever you are doing a thread programming, right, the code becomes very, you have to be much more careful while writing code.
Exactly.
Right, right. Exactly.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's the problem. So Laravel is actually good at the same time. Again, it has its own cons. So Hypervel is kind of solving those cons. So if anyone wants to try the true async framework and want to build some kind of a microservice which outperforms, like let's say one route in your entire application is getting lots of requests, you can actually separate that route
Right,
right in Hypervel and
right,
then
right, right.
just forget about that.
Okay. So let's
So,
move to the next topic. What is
yes,
it?
yes. So in summary, first, if you are a traditional developer, we should stick to Laravel framework. Then if you care about little bit extra speed, you can try Laravel Octane. And if you want a crazy speed, probably you can try Hyperware.
Right, right, right. Okay. So like, uh, what is our next topic? Uh, just okay. Like we are still in the starter kits.
Starter kits.
Yeah, like Breeze and Gesture and new starter kits
Oh,
and
I read some tweet somewhere on the similar lines.
mhm.
Uh, was it Povilas or someone who mentioned that
Mm-hmm.
They
About the Git?
no. They still installed the Breeze or Jetstream.
Mm-hmm.
If not probably not Poveras, but someone he mentioned that they still prefer Breeze for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Probably with the for the certain use case they still prefer that, which seemed fine. Probably our WhatsApp groups, I think we were discussing something like that, where they still preferred the Breeze because of their use case. It was
Right.
they had a certain use case where the project was already started for some reason, and someone wanted to get the live wire niceties of Breeze, basic
Mm-hmm.
auth and
Right.
everything.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
they some still use Breeze. That's one thing. And we also noticed that the documentation now says that this was the last update. Now I think they would uh, I'm just
Directly
assuming
update
that,
the Laravel 13.
yeah, so they will keep maintaining for maintain like keep it working for the major versions, but I doubt any new features will be added, is what my understanding is. If Nuno is still here, he can probably comment and clear.
Right. Right. So yeah, like possible that can be the like reason. Mm.
Of course, yeah. Even like if we were running Laravel, why shouldn't we maintain so many starter kits? Yeah, it's better to
But
focus on the latest
pe-
ones.
people started doing stuff like one of the like person developer have extended Laravel new command, right? And they have added breeze and Jetstream to the options. So they are like, okay, even like Pushpak has new his own starter kits, right? And he's still pushing them like something that we cannot get by like get it easily, right? So he's pushing. So let's see. Do you have any updates on your starter kits?
Uh, yeah, I have. I already started rewriting the new version of Larasonic with the new starter kits. There is a lot of problems which I am facing, which I didn't got the time also to solve on. So the one problem is when you install Jetstream on the Laravel, I have to remove
Yeah,
all the
I
auths and
have.
use the. And that's where I still lagging behind. I think very soon today also I kind of like relaxed a bit because I started a new job recently and I was kind of like very busy with my new job last 2 weeks. So right now I'm just relaxing a bit. I think maybe over the next few weeks I will be try to contribute back to Larasonic again, make it compatible with Laravel 12 and the new starter kits because actually, in my opinion, new starter kits are very good in terms of the way they have designed initial setup. So I wanted to extend those. Apart from that, there were another three starter kits which I created. It's also getting a lot of downloads, which I can see by the way. I'm not sure who is downloading though. Let me see how many downloads they got right now. Uh, so I think almost Livewire has got 31 downloads. Then Vue has got 70 downloads and React has gone 61. Sorry. Yeah. So again, I'm not sure how many are like cloning and everything, but these are the downloads from the Laravel installer itself. So I'm not sure who is downloading,
I have a
but
question. When
Right.
was Livewire starter kit launched?
On like Pushpaks?
Yes.
it's after Laravel team released the Livewire starter kit, right? I quickly built a modern version, basically adapting all the Nuno's modern PHP tooling styles, and then created a new starter kit on top of it.
So it's not Lara Sonic, right? Or it is a Lara
It's
Sonic?
not Larasonic, and I'm
Okay.
not planning to create a Larasonic within Livewire
Okay.
right now
Okay.
at this point.
I got confused. So what is that? Is there a name, specific name, or just some repo?
It's just modern Vue starter kit, modern. I can think of a better name, but I didn't want it.
You can skip it.
Modern View Lara, yeah, Modern View starter kit, Modern React starter kit, Modern Livewire starter kit. It's just I'm just what doing is every week whenever the new version of official starter kit released, I just sync them into my repo so that the base version of both the repos is safe. And on top of it, what I have done is I have just added those PHP stand, Lara stand level 10, all the good practices. Then let me just quickly say Laravel Pint opinionated rule, Rector, adding test cases,
Yes.
architecture test, and everything. So that's how I am creating. So even if I want to start a new starter kit, very basic, minimal, I can start it directly from there.
Okay.
But by the way, I wanted to honestly ask you guys, like, do you think now how many of you use like any specific framework on with Laravel, like React or Vue, in your daily work projects or the side projects?
Live.
I have worked with Vue for some time.
Okay, nice. You guys, do you directly use Livewire, Blade, or something like that?
I use Livewire. I am not looking
Okay,
anywhere else.
okay. What about you,
These
Chinmay?
days I prefer filament because
No,
I
but
don't know front end.
So, but my work
so
uses React. At my work, we use React.
okay.
Yeah.
So
At our place we are using Vue.
yeah, even I am a Vue developer now, but whenever I started learning React, the React ecosystem is very crazy. Like
Yeah.
all the new projects which I'm building, the best kit is actually with React itself. So 2 months back,
Yes.
I didn't even knew anything React. I didn't work on a single Vue project, sorry, React project, and now I'm like building new starter kit, which gonna be the paid product. I'm building that in a React itself.
Wow.
So stay tuned for it.
Okay.
Once I get a time, I will release it very soon. The pricing will be very good for the Indian as well, Indian developers as well, and it will be focused on the AI side of things. So it's like if you want to build a very specific focused application, AI application using Laravel, you can actually start from that starter kit. Yeah. So that's what I
Okay.
just wanted
That's
to
great.
ask, like
That's great.
what
All right.
exactly everyone is using.
So, if you
Okay.
want a view of ours, like is React code base, of course, no doubt. React is widely used, so definitely a big yes to React. Vue is definitely good, but React has a much more wider ecosystem and the support. Yes,
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah, even I used to think like Vue is a very cool because the syntax and developer experience is same as Laravel. Like it's like goes very tightly coupled with each other. But now when I started using React with Inertia, it's just game changing. Like you get to use a
Mm.
lot of good parts of the React ecosystem. The libraries, the you can say, for example, there is a motion library which recently released for Vue also, but it was a very good library to build actually a animated component. So I wanted something like that for my building that AI application, and it's very nice. But yeah, like all these things actually they have support for React and then they migrate to Vue slowly, slowly. So hopefully over the next few days, I will also call myself a React dev. Again, everything is actually built with vibe coded things,
Right.
so I'm
Hello.
still not sure I should call myself a React developer. But yeah, so now at the work we are also using React, so hopefully I will be much more proficient in React going forward.
Okay. So like, why are not trying the live air?
So
Mhm.
see, Livewire again, it's not a bad. I have used Livewire for one of my projects when it was released, like
Right.
version one. Now when I looked at Livewire V3, it's much different and much more powerful. Uh, for me, not using specifically Livewire was two things because all the apps which I worked always needed that too much reactivity on the front end. Like the UI always needs to be like very nicely, and in order to get those things working with Livewire, there is a lot of I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing, but it's a lot of you have to do a lot of boilerplate code. Like libraries, you have to port it from different frameworks to Alpine.js. Then again, now Mingle.js is also there, but there is a lot of things you have to do in order to make them work
Right, right.
together with Livewire. And that's what my that's why I just if there is like a very simple application which I built something like to showcase something, then I always end up using Livewire itself. And yeah, the experience is good.
Right. So like, see, I'm also like mostly I use Livewire only. Right. I'm not even planning to use uh like Vue or React for now at least. And like we have some comments like Nuno is saying I use React all the time right now,
all
and
the
Chirag
time.
is also all the time, and Chirag is saying for personal projects React and for work Vue. So yeah.
View.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
so
go for the next topic maybe. Like what's it?
I think
So
Nuno
yeah,
and the Laravel team was working with React since a year. They
more than a
have
year, I guess.
when they have starting building out Nightwatch. I think some of the
No,
core team
no,
members had started working with React.
no. Actually, they started working on Laravel Cloud. They started working on React, right? So that was the like, thing. Taylor already told everyone that like on the Prime Gems like stream they choose the uh, like React due to the ecosystem, right? Like firstly, Taylor said that they would put it on the team, right? Whatever team wants to choose, they can do. They either can choose Livewire or React or Vue, right? But due to the ecosystem, they choose the React. So that was the reason. Right? Even you can see that like Vue's creator will be there on Laravel US as a speaker, right? So
yeah,
like,
Ivanio. Yes,
mm,
he's a speaker. By the way, Laravel Forge, I thought it was written in Livewire. Is it not the case anymore?
it was a view, I guess. No, it is in view inertia, I guess. VIT stack, I guess.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
I
it's
hope so. Like if Nuno, you are there, can you confirm?
yeah, no,
Mhm.
it's in inertia for sure. Like I can see the source code. I'm not sure it's
Yeah,
using Vue or React though, because on both the
right.
page, like on the Forge, right, the both the extension are showing that Vue.js is detected on the page and the React.js is also detected on the page. So I'm not sure like which one is being used.
But mostly, I what I know is it is in the VILT stack, right? So
Hmm.
they build Pulse in the live app, right?
Hmm.
And other stuff are in the view. And I don't know if they have built anything in the live app, but yeah, that is what I know.
So
And Nightwatch and the cloud is in the React, right?
yeah,
I don't know like future products will be in the React or not, but yeah, that is what I know.
yeah.
Okay, so let's go for the next topic. What is the next topic? Solo dumps.
Yes,
We can
I
Mhm.
just
summarize
read
that
about
quickly.
that.
Sorry,
Mhm.
go ahead.
So
Uh,
Solo Terms is the new package by Aaron Francis, right? Where you can just DD and then listen to the same thing. It's like a Tinker, sorry, not Tinker. Uh, I
Ray.
Ray,
think Ray, yeah, Ray built for the terminal. Yeah, it's
right?
nice though.
Even like
Uh,
there is I think dumps function in the herd, I guess.
yeah,
So dump function is a Laravel function
No,
like
no, like
DD.
that. Yeah, but I'm talking about the dumps functionality, which is in herd.
yeah.
Okay.
So whenever you dump something, they will catch at
Hmm.
their like panel.
Correct.
In
Correct.
the
So
pro version that's available, right?
Yes.
yeah, that's an intro version. So it is
I'm
like
using it.
when is Chima, do you want to say something?
We lost him,
Because
I think.
we already
No, I
lost
was
him.
saying that
Like
I'm using the Pro version and
yeah,
I'm
okay.
so sorry. I believe it's my router's issue.
We need
You
to
are
believe
audible
as well.
now. You can speak.
Yeah, is it clear now?
See, if you think there is a like some internet
Okay,
issue, you can
not sure.
like disable your video and just speak. So maybe we can at least get your voice.
Okay, let's try that. Let's
Yeah,
try this. Is it
Sure.
clear now?
yeah,
Yes, it is
Okay, so
clear.
I was saying that yeah, I'm using Hard Pro for since a year, and I don't think so. I'm using Laravel Telescope anymore. Like anything which I need is just there, and generally I do projects with TDD. So yeah, it's amazing. It's totally worth it. And like in Pro, you get actually two licenses. You can use it on two devices. So yeah,
right.
it's worth it.
Okay, okay. So,
Not sponsored post, okay?
By
Marshall will
the way,
sponsor you. Huh.
I don't use a herd like time to time though. Like I for all my projects, I always depends on Docker or maybe like Composer Run Dev for just a basic functionality. Like I wanted to use herd though, but like my initial development started from Linux. There valid was not there. So when I moved there, like I used to
Yeah.
heavily use Laravel Sail. Then when I moved to Mac ecosystem, uh, again I didn't feel to like needed that in just doing all the magic behind the stuff. I didn't like that always. But what is your each and everyone preference about this? I just wanted to hear like all of your
Hmm.
opinion about her,
Okay.
or maybe valid
No.
in that case.
Okay. Let me start. See, when I like first started the like PHP, right? So what was the situation? Like in which group I was? They were using XAMPP, right? XAMPP, right? XAMPP. So I
Yes.
used it, right? Then like I got more projects, right? And I was having one project in 7.4, one project in 5 point something, right? Then I had to install like more than one XAMPP, and I moved to WAMP, right? WAMP, WAMP, right? Then I
Same.
used
I am
WAMP for
also using
long,
WAMP.
right? I used WAMP for long. Then I realized that there is a like something called Laragon, right? So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
I switched to Laragon, and yeah, at same place, right? People like sorry, not people like Marcel dropped the Laravel herd, right? So I used like
Yes.
the Laragon little bit, and I just become used to Laravel herd already, right? So right now
Got it.
I'm using Laravel herd, right? And I use yeah, I'm on internet on stream, but I'm saying I use some pro versions, right? Without purchasing, because the configuration and all things are open. I can change it, right?
Bye.
so okay, yeah. So that is what my journey, and I now prefer like XAMPP, right? I wanted to move to Docker, right? But I couldn't make like the uh, appointment to the Chinmay to like getting started, right? So I will be waiting. Okay, let's go. Go ahead. Anyone?
My
Jigar?
my journey was also same like Punyapal. I started with XAMPP, but gradually moved to WAMP. And currently I am also using WAMP. I think Laragon is now not longer maintained, if I'm not wrong.
No, actually, it's maintained, but the problem is like, see, it's not open source, right? It's closed
Okay.
source software, right? And other thing is, no one is like sponsoring the creator right now. Even they are using
Yes.
Laragon for like lots of the purpose. They can get a Redis, they can get a Node.js, they can get a, like Python also. They can like get
Yes.
lots of things, right? But they are not
Mm,
supporting him. I don't know why, because it's not the open source. Mostly, what I'm thinking, if it was the open source, people may contributed and sponsored him, right? But it's not open source, so that's why maybe. But
mm,
I still feel that Laragon is lighter than Laravel Herd as well, right? Laragon is lighter than
yes.
Laravel Herd, Vamp, Zamp, any
Mm,
of them, right? But people still not
yes.
like supporting him because it's closed source, right? That's what I'm thinking. Okay,
Got it.
what next?
I
Little
think Laravel Herd has some limitations. Sorry, Jigarbai, if you want to speak, but I want to share one thing that uh, recently in one of my PHP project, actually in my company I use Mac OS. So there I installed a Laravel Herd, and I try to configure my project to run every subdirectory of PHP uh, with the index file. So every subdirectory has one index file, and I want to uh, write that path into the browser and want to execute that file. But in Herd, I was not able to do that level of customization, and that's why then I moved to Linux and I write the virtual host file manually.
I literally didn't understand what we are trying to do, right? So yeah.
Can you explain
So
more about it? Like what exactly you was trying to do? Like I also didn't understood.
Actually, uh, what currently in Laravel we have controllers and the controllers return view. So if you write your domain name slash dashboard or slash post, you directly get your view. Are you getting my point? But what in my core PHP projects, the client is having one main dashboard file at the root level that he wants execute every time. But they also have some modules that are 2 or 3 levels deep. Means domain name, then some URL, then some URL, and after that the main file.
Understood.
And they are using header underscore main file as their executable file.
so it's not the Laravel project, you mean?
Yeah.
No, it's not a Laravel project,
But
but
I understand
still
your
Herd is able to I can say what able to make the first page executable means the main page which is a domain slash, but after that all are others that are not executable by
Maybe
Herd.
like maybe you need to write some STXS or something, right? Probably.
No, no,
Mhm,
STXS won't work.
mhm.
Herd uses Nginx behind the scene.
Nginx.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
you need if you
kind
can
of
hack
something,
into
right?
Nginx. If you
So
can hack into Nginx, so that's the way to go.
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
Jaivir was basically trying to say all of us that he works on a legacy project.
Yes.
Mhm.
Actually, Linux suits me. I am using it from last 2 to 3 months, and I feel really good. I literally feel it was faster than Mac and Windows.
Yeah, Linux. So
Linux is amazing. So,
Initially,
It's like
initially I
running
don't know
assembly code.
CLI.
sorry.
It's like running assembly code. I mean,
Yeah,
Yes, right.
yeah. So like I've used both. I don't use Windows. Okay, I use only Linux and Ubuntu
Yeah, we are
and
same, bro.
yeah and
Linux and
Mac.
Ubuntu.
Yeah, and I also have Debian on my Raspberry Pi. So the Raspbian flavor. So Ubuntu and Debian, they are not the same. Ubuntu is like derived from Debian. You can say that
so
it's built upon Debian. Yeah.
so which distro is your favorite? Like I will ask this question to everyone. Which distro is your favorite though? Chinmay. Go ahead, you are the first one.
What? So
Currently,
I'm not clear. I'm not
distro.
sure I understood.
Okay, so Punyapal, if you have used Linux, the most general or most accessible distro, like Linux is not actually the
It's
operating system.
kernel. It's
It's
kernel.
kernel.
It's kernel. Yes,
The
Mhm.
distros
operating
are
system. Yeah,
like Ubuntu, Federo, and then the one which
Mhm.
Chinmay told right now,
yeah, Debian, CentOS, Red Hat, SUSE
Debian.
Linux, Kali Linux,
Uh-huh.
all this.
Mhm.
So based on this,
Okay.
like these are like a Linux is the basic configuration. So all the
Right. Right.
basic things are actually decided by the Linux, and then on top of that, you can do customization, adding different types of things like which graphical user interface you
Mhm.
want, which GUI you
Okay.
want.
Understood.
So, like if you haven't used Linux, and like my favorite one is CentOS and Linux Mint.
Mhm.
I used to use Linux Mint a lot when I was using Linux stuff. Uh, but yeah, I wanted to hear everyone like which one is
Right.
their
So,
Opos I had
like,
heard.
yeah, like my school time and like my college time, I used Kali Linux and the Backtrack Linux a lot, like because I was like have lot of interested in the hacking and all, and I have done lots of hacking as well. I'm not doing that right now, but yeah, I done that a lot. I was doing some handsets with my neighbors' Wi-Fi and all. So so see, I mostly used the Kali Linux and Parrot. I also used Parrot OS, AMD 86, I guess. That is I also used. Um, I also used Fedora, something like was there. Ubuntu is common to use. I actually used lots of layers maybe, but yeah, I like the Kali Linux because I used it most of the time because like and I also used CentOS in one of the my client's project because he was hosting his projects in the AWS in CentOS, right? So AWS has one option to like create your EC2 instance in the CentOS. So I used as well, and like I was able to find the gap, like difference between the Ubuntu and CentOS. CentOS was lot of faster than the Ubuntu, right? That is what I understood.
It's network layer optimized. Basically, all these network
Yeah,
servers you see, all these are actually hosted on the CentOS because they, like you don't have to do all this GUI thing. Like again, when you download Ubuntu on a raw server, GUI and everything is not. Yeah, Arc Linux is also very nice. Yeah, but yeah, I was always used to carry a lot of bootable pen drives with me with all different distros. Whenever I have to switch it, basically I used to just plug it in
live
and
boot,
then just live boot
like
every single time
live
I
boot.
change the distro, right? I used to just like plug it in my laptop and then just change the distro like that. So yeah, it was fun time. Now
Live boot was like one of the best thing I had. Live boot.
uh, after moving to Mac ecosystem, I still like use Linux using this something called op desktop. It's a very nice thing. If you are using Docker or something, then just go for the op desktop. I will just put the link. And using that, you can actually start any Linux operating system inside your Mac itself. So you get all the benefits of Linux, but on you can run it on your. It uses not uses Docker, but it uses its own virtualization.
What is Hiren boot CD? Like, is there
It's
any like CD or DVD something that
uh,
was?
it's it is a tool set which is again a
Uh,
live. It's a live OS. This was
uh,
particularly used to maybe recover some data when I believe it's
okay.
related to Windows. I
Okay.
have
So like,
came across this.
let's get back to the Laravel
Yeah.
from the Linux, right? So like, okay, one thing is there that the native PHP pricing, right, in INR,
Mm.
right? So like we did a stream with the Simon before 2 days ago, right? And in on the live, Jigar I asked that like, are you like counting on PPP for Indian guys? So like he was like, you can DM me and like we can think on it. And Jigar did that, I guess, right? So we mostly got more than 50% discount, right? I think so. That's cool thing. Do you wanna share, Jigar bhai, anything on that?
Uh, no, I think yes, that's it. So it was very good of Simon to quickly acknowledge, and he originally wanted to do that, but probably due to some time constraint, he couldn't do that. It's simply when if anyone probably request from any other country, he would have done that the same thing. So I
Right,
think
right,
it's
right,
very
right.
nice of Simon. We can see that he wants everyone to adopt to native PHP, and as we know it's in very early stage, we should support him. And that's why even though I'm not any agency, I have bought the max license, support him, and I will obviously try building some apps soon.
Pushpak,
Yes,
Pushpak,
I
we should
think
why?
know Pushpak.
So
his
I
internet is not working.
we have two Pushpaks right now.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, one gone.
All right.
Do you have anything like to mirror yourself?
No,
I mean the
I just
cloning,
Shadow clone jutsu. I'm not
shadow
sure.
clone.
Maybe he's going supersonic. That's why.
Super.
Yeah,
Supersonic, Lara Sonic.
Flash things.
Okay,
If anyone watches
okay,
Flash.
okay. Jigabai, you were asking about the like Laravel extended commands, right? Right?
Yes. It's your command
Mhm.
package.
So like, yeah, actually,
Give
what
give
happened?
updates. Give updates on that. What are your future plans?
Hmm. So what actually happened? Like I was talking with the community in the Twitter, right? We did some poll and all, and as always, I like from the results I done the PR on the Laravel, uh, and Taylor rejected. So he's
As
like,
usual.
and like not always like I was like able to follow his instruction. Like you can create a package for that particular thing, right? So it was like I added a builder make command to Lara, right? But Taylor said we don't need it right now, at least right now. If you think your valuable code can be available as a package, then you can like release it as a package. So like I created a package called Laravel extended commands, and where we can add the like commands which are not available in the Laravel, and Taylor not wanting to add them as well, right? So we can add those commands there, right?
Yes. So basically, if I've understood your thought correctly, if anyone wants to add additional commands which are some standard, I believe, some
Yeah,
kind of
of
standard like
course.
builder pattern or some service
Right.
pattern. If someone wants
Right.
to create a service, we can create a make service command and it will create a class. Obviously, we can have some discussion and finalize that at which directory level that service class should get created, etc., etc. And
Perfect.
there are a bunch of standards that
Even
the community can
even in
decide.
yeah, even in future, like if
Go ahead.
no, I actually was reading the comment from the Nuno. When Taylor rejects something, doesn't mean that it's a bad idea. Maybe not the right moment, and
Yes.
the future may be merged, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I believe it also like last year as sorry, I forgot. Freak said that he tried to add DD to collections, right? But at that time, it was a not good time to add it, and uh, uh, after a few years, there was a trend to add DD everywhere, and he was able to, or maybe someone else was able to add DD into the collections, right? So yeah, it's a good. It wasn't maybe good time because like we are even like not like finding the most of the like developer to use a custom builders, right? So maybe that was the reason actually, right?
Since we are already talking about DD,
Right.
you are
Yeah.
saying something. Sorry.
No, I
Yeah.
was actually was about to share that link into the comments. So yeah, you can continue.
Yeah. So yes, we understand like why he rejects.
Mhm.
But since we are already
Obviously.
talking about TT, I will just talk about my package. So if anyone wants to DD with curl, so DD with curl is a Laravel HTTP to curl. We can convert the HTTP facade to the curl command with this package. I will just drop in here and market it a bit.
Mhm.
Thanks. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like see, actually one more thing I have done in my package, that Laravel like extended commands package, that I override the the model command, right? So if you like anyone wants to know that how you can override any Laravel inbuilt command for any particular package, right? So they can like get into that package and get to know that you can override that package functionality, like the command functionality like this, because it is little bit tricky. It is not like extending the class, right? If you extend the class, it will still get that class from the framework only, right? So you need to do some more stuff as well.
So
So yeah,
you need to basically modify or handle the registration. You want to register your own class rather than the previous one. if I'm not wrong, on a high
See,
level.
there is a 2 3 ways. One is like the service container. Other one is like you can extend that functionality, right? So again, that is also a service container, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's similar. Okay, so yeah, that was the like idea about only added the make builder command and added a the builder flag to the model command, right? So we can add make service, make actions, right? Whatever applicable. Okay, let's go ahead. Anyone want to share anything? Yeah,
So
okay.
there is
Yeah.
Mm,
this very
yeah.
Laravel Cloud achieved SOC 2 Type 1 compliance on March 26, 2020.
Okay. Can you share what is SOC2?
So in simple terms, security is much better now because there is this standard, SOC standard.
Okay.
Like every 6 months or yearly audit will happen at Laravel office. Like they will get this certification or this compliant thing which they can boast and build more
Mhm.
confidence with their clients. Like okay, our systems are more secure now by showing this audit result
Okay.
in simple.
Okay. Okay.
And
So,
some clients do need these requirements with
Yes,
their
yes,
service providers because our client does. So we
yes.
I'm aware about this as well.
I can give
Right.
more examples if we have time, but I think that's not
Yeah.
important as of now.
Yeah,
Mhm. Okay.
even at my previous company, we implemented SOC, and it's just tedious task, man. It's a lot of
See,
effort goes into it.
yeah,
Yes, very.
like, uh,
Actually, it's good that they're uh, making a post about it because the tasks are huge. Like the checklist item, there I'm pretty sure that they will be huge, and the checks are also very difficult. So it's not very easy.
And the notable point is the question answer, like the questions, you cannot answer them binary. Sorry, they are binary. You cannot say it depends.
Hmm. Yes.
those
Yeah.
are diplomatic, you mean?
Yeah, you can't say that. They are
We can't.
binary in nature. You can
Yeah.
say,
So I think it's let's go one level deep. I think that's fine. If so, let's say all this compliant thing, right? SOC, SOC, SOX, ECI, or some compliant thing, right? For every compliant thing, we usually buy some software who will like that software will scan our code and look for all the vulnerabilities, etc., etc. So I don't recollect which tool my last company was using, but they flag it. So when they flag it, tasks are created for each of the flagged items, that that we have to justify that why this, like either we have to fix it. If we can't fix it, we have to justify why this is a false positive, etc., etc. So
Okay.
yeah,
Devjit is saying reports, reports, and reports.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
there's a
Okay.
lot of documentation also, policies
Yes,
also you have to create it in order to get that certification.
Yeah,
Like,
clients always have like lots of the requirement, and some of the clients have like the typical requirements which are like we never think of, right? So
yes.
like one of our client was saying that you must have your own server to like get this project, right? You must have your own servers.
On this, correct. That is one thing. On the similar lines, like if you are using a third party tool, let's say if my company is using Laravel Cloud, my company will get in touch with Laravel Cloud, ask them where is their server located and where is the data is getting stored, in which country, etc., etc. For security reason they will ask that.
Yeah.
Yes.
also if you are associated certified, all the services and the integration you use, you also have to stay, all this, they also have to be compliant with associated.
Hmm.
So
Right.
yeah, so that's why
Okay.
it's kind of necessary.
Mm. Right. Right. So like let's discuss like what kind of issue we have faced in like the previous week, or we can say like this.
Yeah, if anyone has anything to
I had one issue like
go ahead.
so we was like working with some models, right? And we get to adding some extra functionalities like see what it was like we was having one model and like one column, right? which can be updated by someone, right? And suddenly, like, we have some levels of like if see, tenancy, maybe we can say like tenancy, right? So the first tenant, the second tenant, the third tenant, and we can have a like tree, totally trees, right? So it is like first tenant can have like bunch of tenants, and those tenants can also have a like bunch of tenants, right? So it is like, firstly, that column was like anyone of higher like you can say the ascendants, right, can update that column, right? But they said that now we need something that if like every ascendant has a unique value for that particular column, right? Then we moved that column to another table, right? But like we we was not wanting the primary key to that particular table. I mean, the primary key was there, but we don't want that extra column called ID, right? So we was having a tenant ID and maybe the model ID as a primary key, as a combined primary key, right? Or we can maybe say composite key, maybe, right? So that is what
Yes,
that, right?
composite was the right term.
Yeah. So after that, what we did is, see, whenever you like they get that model from the database, right, and try to save or update or delete, right, it will firstly check for the ID, right? Primary key, I mean, right? So if you have single primary key, you can update the that property, right? That my primary key name is this, right? But if you have like two primary keys, what you will do?
I have never had such use case.
Right. So then I like moved to the source code and all, and I figured out there is one method. Let me try to read that method. Called set keys for save query. Right. Set keys for set query. Right. So when you override it, right, and see, let me show you. Let me try to quickly show you how I can show you. Let me open the VS Code first and uh, uh, get to the correct project. So yeah, I am the correct project. I'm sharing the screen, right? Hmm.
No,
Uh,
Not
yeah,
yet.
I am not able to see.
but I am sharing screen. I have
Yeah.
just,
Now we
yeah,
can. Now we
right.
Okay, okay.
So see, this is what I have overridden, right? The set keys for the query, right? So see, let me uh, undo something, right? Because it wasn't like this actually. Restore the content, right? Yeah. So don't worry, this is not my client's project. It is the test Laravel project. Simply, okay. So suppose we don't have a tenant because the see. So my I have a post table and the like the comment table, right? And comment table don't have the primary key, right? So let me just comment this, right, and go to the comment test, right? And what I'm doing is I created the comment, right? I created the comment and I'm deleting it, right? And I'm checking that if it is deleted or not, right? That's it, right? Let me run the test. So yeah, it's VS Code. Maybe let's see why it is taking time. Do we need to start the herd for running the test? No, right? Okay, it failed, right? It is saying it should be deleted, but it is not deleted yet, right? But in general, it works, right? In general, it
Yes.
works. And same thing is here. While updating something, right? I created with the original comment. I'm updating the comment and checking the comment, right? So yeah, again, it is failing, right? But in general, it works, right? So what I actually did is I overrated this method, right?
Hmm.
Right. And what this like what actually this method has, let me show you. If we go to the delete, right? It will say that perform delete model, right? You can ignore this stuff for now, or maybe if you want to understand, I already did a stream on it, right? And this project is already part of that particular stream, so was already have the example. So what it does is it says that set queries, right? Set keys for queries, right? And if you find, maybe like, let me see, try to perform perform yeah, perform update, maybe. Yeah. So if you see the perform update, it has also the set keys for the query, right? So update and the like delete use this method to do what? It just get the primary key name and the primary key and just add the where clause with equal to, right? But in our case, we don't have such a single primary key, right? So what we are doing is we are overriding that method and adding both of the primary key as in a where clause, right? So that solves our problem, right? And if I go to the test and run them again, it will just pass, right?
Nice.
And maybe the update one, right?
Hmm.
And this create one doesn't have any issues because it does not use any primary key in inserting or something, right? So yeah, that problem I got and I solved it like twice. Okay,
Today I
I
learned.
think I
Today I learned
do
this
a,
thing.
huh?
Today we learned this thing, we can say.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah. Let's go ahead.
Anything?
Solve your problem. Not problem.
Yeah,
The
so
solution.
Yeah, Pushpa, go ahead, please.
for me, like I'm kind of in dilemma. I wanted like all of your opinion here. So the new job which I have joined, right? We have to choose like a technology to write kind of a API layer, and basically I got a say like in general the company is thinking not to write the application in Laravel, and I'm trying a lot of convincing them to actually write that application in the Laravel itself. The current version of application is written in Python, and Python is slow as hell than PHP at least. But yeah, so we
Any
also like
language.
I also looked at a lot of
Okay.
alternatives like Adonis
So
JS.
yeah, I want to say one thing that it's written in Python, right? And you want to convert in the another language, or you want to just boost the speed?
No, it's not a speed issue at this point. It's just it's a new company. We are gonna start a writing completely new application, kind of making it foolproof, productionizing it in the sense. Now, what we are thinking of doing is here is we can either write in Laravel, which I'm only familiar in the entire company. So most of the people will
Okay.
start learning.
So you can
Uh,
help your any friend or someone to get the job into your company.
yeah, that's for sure. But the second thing,
What he's suggesting, introduce Laravel, fire everyone else, and hire some of your
no, that's a good idea, but definitely not right at this point. But the
So,
second approach is uh, we can either think of and everyone is aware about JavaScript at this point, JavaScript and Python. So we looked at another option such as Adonis JS and Django. Again, Django is I'm not more inclined towards, and again the another option was using Next.js to write API layer at this point. So Adonis JS, I'm still a lot of more inclined because when I saw the Adonis JS thing, it's still a lot of inspired by the Laravel itself. Again, not syntax wise, it's
Yeah,
very different.
there are like lots of the frameworks which are inspired from Lara, like Goravel, right?
Yes.
The
so,
Adonis.
so a question. So, if I was in your place, I would ask more questions probably on what parameters we need to decide the framework. So,
So
ask more
see,
questions like what is more important, like
Or
what is it internal
yeah,
tool? is it a traffic? Does it want to handle much more traffic? What? So ask such questions,
See,
then probably will be able
yeah,
to
right.
get a.
So I will make it easy for you. So we have to
Hmm.
make it future proof for now only, but without adding a lot of complexity.
Hmm.
We have to keep the complexity as simple. Again, at
Hmm.
the same time, everyone in the company is kind of polyglot, so they can pick up any new language, even PHP also.
Hmm.
But everyone is much comfortable in the Python and Node.js at this point.
Hmm.
And there is
Right,
only 2 devs in my company right now.
right.
So
So yeah, if I was at your place, right? I choose Laravel without giving a second thought, right? And
even
like
I wanted to use Laravel.
even like see, like in my previous company, I was the one who introduced like Laravel or PHP, both of them, or Livewire or Filament, anything, right? I was the only one person who was like with the Laravel there, and I build a team, right? So it's not hard to do that,
Go make a presentation and prove your point why
right?
Laravel is better.
No,
Right.
I'm definitely gonna do that. But what's your opinion on other than Laravel? If you want to use something other than Laravel, if you
Use
have used
like
anything
are
else?
you aware of PyPy?
Yeah,
Okay, we lost the JVs. It's cool, no
yeah.
problem.
PyPy is the Python package manager you are talking about. Not package
No,
manager, the Python repository, that package
it
hoster.
is something like it is boosting Python from 76 second to 1 second. Something like that. What I know.
It's PyPy.
Hmm.
You are talking about that just-in-time compiler of Python.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That's the one.
it's Py. Okay, yeah, yeah. But there is a lot of things you have to do in order to make them compatible. The code of
Like in
normal
PHP, it's simple, right?
C Python code to the PyPy.
Yeah, but in PHP, it's simple, right?
It just enables PHP and enable JIT
Right.
mode.
So, like, why are still thinking?
Yeah. Uh, yes. Let's see. Let's see. I'm definitely more. If we end up choosing anything else than Laravel, then I'm definitely more inclined toward Adonis.js. At least looking at the website, the community, and even looking at
Mm,
the Reddit.
sorry.
Yeah. So everyone has said a lot of nice thing about
See,
Adonis.
I think the Python has its own Laravel. I don't remember the name, but
Django.
when I no. The framework has like the tagline. It is like what you said, Gigabyte. That it is what is Adonis? Adonis of literally
Node.js.
on the no. Like on the same time, my vocabulary start
Inspired
losing.
by.
Yeah, inspired. Yeah, right.
Oh,
That part. So the Python also have the one framework inspired from Laravel. Go also have it. Maybe Rust will have, right? I don't know. Right? Maybe Ruby should not. Ruby does not need because Laravel is inspired from Ruby and Rails. So
Masonite.
Yes, even
something
I
like that.
searched
Yeah.
it quickly.
Okay.
Right. So yeah. So
Yeah, I will take a look at it.
most of the languages have something inspired from Laravel. So why are not choosing Laravel?
Uh, I'm telling you, I wanted to 100% use Laravel itself. So
Just do
I
it.
What is
only
their
thing,
counter argument of not using Laravel? I think
Ah,
so.
the company has the
You
company
prepare.
has only one developer
true.
who is aware of Laravel. Okay, now it is two. You hired in between.
No. I'm the, there are only 3 developers.
Okay.
Two of them regularly code, and I'm the only one who knows Laravel. And no one
Okay.
like
So
literally has
there are
experience
only
in
three
PHP.
developers, and yeah. So you can hire one.
There are only three developers. I think we shouldn't think so much. I thought that team
Yeah.
is too big. Oh, three people.
Yeah, it's cool. Even like see, Theo can and like the PrimeGen can use Laravel, right? And PrimeGen is like he's going wild, right? With the PHP and Laravel right now.
See, guys, you guys are convincing me like I'm not even look at Laravel before I believe
Right.
me. I'm looking
Tell them
Laravel.
about the first series investment of Axel, right? Pitch them.
That's a good point. Like how secure secure Laravel future is. I think that's a very good point.
I, and to be
Yes.
honest, like when I talk about this other ecosystem developer, like I got to still
So
know that
see
there is a taboo
now,
about PHP.
yeah. Now what I'm thinking is right. Pushpak is hiding something.
No, I'm not hiding anything. See,
Ah,
Hiding his company name. Huh?
that's you need to do.
Hmm.
I hope they are not watching you right now.
no, I'm not worried about that, to be honest.
Ah,
I'm just worried, uh, see, all this, I totally believe, but still there is a lot of taboo around PHP in other engineers who hasn't seen PHP, which I seriously
Right,
think
right.
is at some point should change. I'm not sure how to change it. I
Yes.
try to speak about lot many engineers about PHP Laravel most of the time, telling them that guys, you have to just look at it. Just write one
Hmm.
application with it, and you will never go back on any other language or any other web framework.
see, there are
Hmm.
many developers from JavaScript community or maybe other communities, and one of them like said that Laravel starter key has more functionality than your side project.
Yes.
So
Actually, do you know? I think
the
about a
Adam.
year ago, one person has tweeted that a feature in a Laravel or I think JavaScript, but that tweet got so many popularity that's what's
It was
I
like
think.
I think what I understand is there was something like you must use this for auth, you must use this for this for this for this, and someone quoted that just use Laravel and forgot
Just
this
use
all.
that. Forgot this one. Yes.
Maybe
Mic
something
drop
like that.
moment.
Yeah,
Huh.
Might-
yeah, they were using Supabase for database, then Clerk
uh,
for authentication,
Yeah.
right.
something else for authorization, and like someone said,
Authorization.
you just use Laravel
Yes.
and you don't
Okay,
have.
okay. I have something to share. I think Pushpak will now clear about what he needs to use, right?
Yep.
So yeah, so like one of the person came to me today, right? And he's like, we discussed something on LinkedIn, but I got bun like thousands of DMs on LinkedIn, so I don't remember actually. But he was like he moved from Magento to Laravel, right? So what he should learn now, right? Or maybe he was like something like, should I move to Node.js, right? So like if someone is like that, which is not clear with what he must do, right? Should he move from PHP or should he just like be with the Laravel or PHP, right? So what advices you guys will give him?
In my opinion, first learn the basic of MVC. It's a core of anywhere you go, any technology. MVC is the core of everything. Learn MVC. Then again, syntax wise, now using AI vibe coding syntax doesn't matter a lot. Again, I'm just saying that as a again, you have to know things, what exactly are there, what are the good
Mm,
practices. But as a syntax, like you don't need to learn syntax now. That's era is completely gone now. You know
right.
if there is a way to do something right, you just mention that and you will get a proper syntax from the AI itself. That is something I totally agree now. The second thing is go heavy on the database because any technology you use, database will be always the core of it and always the bottleneck of anything, any application. So
Totally
focus on
agree.
database schema, focus on databases as usual, how to store data efficiently, different types of data storing, when to use normalization, when not to use normalization. And I think once you learn all these basics, again, picking up any new technology will be much more easier. You can use Django, you can use Node.js, you can use PHP,
His
Go,
voice
anything.
changed.
Only thing is
Yes.
just learn this concept, understood them very seriously that model, what exactly model is. It's a representation of data into the class itself. What exactly the controller, what
Yes.
exactly the view.
Right.
Yes. 100%.
So
Okay.
on top of that, exactly same thought. Just on top of that, the design patterns, etc., those remain constant in all programming languages, like
Over the years.
standards like solid, case, everything. Yes.
Right. So basically, you must be like clear with the concepts because code will gonna like anyway written by the AI now, right? Windsurf, right? A Copilot agent, right? Copilot agent is still slow, but yeah, they will improve it in any day, right? So yeah, and maybe some more vibe coding stuffs are already there, right? So you don't need to write code like so. Yeah, you need to clear your concepts. That is what we need actually. Right?
Yes.
You need a problem
And
solving
also,
skills.
Punipal, while we are attending our meetup, I met one person who has, I think, more than 10 to 15 years of experience. And I
Mhm.
just asked him, I am a junior developer and at what skill I should focus. So he only told me one thing, become master in one thing. Don't be like, I know
Jack of
Livewire, I
all.
know React. Yes, he told me that one thing, become master in any of
See,
this one particular
actually, like
framework.
I want to like give more details about it actually. So what I'm saying is, when you are at like 3 years or maybe 2 3 years of experience, you must have knowledge of one thing, right? Maybe right, and you must explore something. But after that, some particular level, you need to have a jack of all, right? That is actually a must necessity after 5 years or 6 years or maybe 8 years of experience, or not years of experience after you change position like lead or maybe something like called manager or something. You need to have a jack of all, and you need to stop focusing on one particular thing, right? That is what I advise.
Yes,
I have a contrary opinion on this one.
Mm.
I think now the more things you know, again, I specifically think that you should be mastered in one, but at the same time, the breadth of the things you know, right? It should be
Right.
much more. Again, you should be master at specific thing. Like it can be Laravel, it can be anything. It can be databases, it can be any
Even it can
fucking
be
thing.
non-technical something, right? Even it
Yeah,
can be
even it can be
non-technical something,
non-technical also, but the
right?
things you know, right? In terms of
Basically, see, same thing I am saying that at technical level you must know like it can be a jack of all, but at something like to understand the problem, right, that is what you need to focus on, right? After certain level, how you understand the problem, how you solve the problem, right, how you divide the work, that is what you are gonna more focus on, right? Because
yep.
if there is that is lacking, if you are like you will be a developer at your whole life, right?
Yeah,
So
like we all
we can
applies all this coding skills everywhere in the life also, right? Something doesn't stop, we just stop and start, and everyone thinks we are
Restart.
like a, we are like some kind of a hacker.
uh,
I think we can talk on this topic in length, and
yeah,
this
yes,
will never end, I
right.
think.
yeah, right.
Even
Okay,
I have
so
lots to share, but I will take a break.
yeah, it's Sunday.
Same here.
Not
But
sponsored by KitKat.
Yeah, let's have a break.
yes, okay. So I have one thing that I worked on this week. I'll try to keep it short. So we use AWS Lambda and we use Python. Doesn't matter what language we use. So, but Lambda has a uh, I won't say Lambda. It's a Lambda problem. It's our script problem. So basically, Lambda runs for maximum 50 minutes, 15 minutes maximum.
Yeah.
So that's that's how they have scheduled, because obviously Lambda is supposed to do one job and just do it and forget about it. So like a serverless thing. So we are using it in Python, and one error that we faced was we are trying to make a API call in that Lambda instance. So what happened was that third party API was not responding. So the HTTP API call was taking a minute and then failing. So 550 something 500 error, some gateway timed out, and that happened twice or thrice. And we had set the limit of 3 minutes something, because we thought that whatever we want to try, it will get over in 3 minutes. It should get over in 3 minutes. But because of this, the timeout failed. Timeout, timeout happened, and we did not even come to know that okay, this did not process. We have a roll bar configured. Roll bar is like a sentry. We have a sentry tool, like roll bar installed, like a sentry like tool for alerting system. If something goes wrong, we should get to know. But apparently, when the system times out, Lambda times out, there is no uh, like a hook thing. Like it won't inform anyone proactively that okay, I am going down. It will just create a log and it will die in simple terms. So for that, I learned one command called, not command, it's a signal. Well, when we do a control C,
Yeah.
it sends a gint. So similarly, there is a signal called alarm, and we can set an alarm, like trigger this alarm after, let's say, some seconds or minutes. So we use that alarm, uh, and we configured that an alarm such that it should inform us 2.59 seconds. We have configured it that way,
Right.
minus 1 second, and now we will get alerted if it by any chance it reaches that point. So you can
So, yeah.
simply search sig alarm Linux, and that's a standard thing.
So is it the
So I
same
think
problem that 504 was like? Is it the same problem we are talking about? The 504 thing, which we were taught a year ago and 2 months ago and
No, no,
today.
no, 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 no,
Okay.
not that one.
Okay. Yeah.
I think
So it is kind of
the
similar
the thing
actually. So
you
that's it.
the thing you told right now, Jigar,
Hmm.
I think AWS is charging for that to send you alarm and then
No,
notify
no,
you.
no. It's
If you have EC2 engine, I think it's maybe by default enable, right? Uh, Maybe I don't know.
No,
this.
actually, I used EC2 for 1 year and I got 1 year free. What they are providing some X services for a year for free.
Right.
So
Yes.
it just get old and I got $15 bill last
Mm-hmm.
month.
Yeah. You should be thankful.
$15.
You
Fifteen
should be
dollar.
thankful. It's just
$15.
$15. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
You can just
You
ask
may
their
like
support
And
to
no
waive
no
it off.
for why $15 for why
Just ask them to waive it off.
$15
You don't need
for
to pay it.
Jigar bhai,
VPS and
who
then
is refilling your the glass? I mean, my
Anyone
coke
has
is
it.
empty now. Okay,
Okay.
my coke is empty now.
I thought he had Doctor Strange filling up the jar
Mm.
or the cup.
I knew this would take long, so I have come prepared.
But like
I have
my
to get another
yeah
one.
yeah. Okay, so see, actually, you can also get a $15,000 bill also. So you are grateful for that. You got
Ah,
only $15.
talking
Yeah.
about pricing, has anyone got Laravel Cloud bill?
Yeah,
Pushpak,
$2.
That's
$2.
it.
wow.
But he was in maybe hibernate mode and all, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Nice. Nice.
Okay, Chinmay, I want to
So
clear
I have a
something that
question for you, Puspak.
wait,
Yes.
wait a bit, wait a bit, wait a bit.
Yeah.
Chinmay, I want to
Okay,
confirm that if you write any chat in like the Riverside chat, it will be not visible to the live stream. Okay.
YouTube.
Okay. Now you can
Yes.
continue.
Yes. No, I was okay. Since okay, I knew it was internal chat. Okay, so okay,
Okay.
continuing on the stream topic. So you're
Yeah.
talking about this builds and all that. So I just have my own server. It's 4 gigs of RAM, 4 CPU, Raspberry Pi, hosted in my own house, not taking up too much space. So yeah, it's work.
Raspberry Pi is like small enough, right? And
Yeah.
if you are like some guy who knows electronics and the soldering machine and all, it will be cost around you like 800 or something,
You
right?
don't even need the soldering iron and stuff.
No. If you want to like decrease the cost of the Raspberry Pi, because
Okay.
without any like extra modules and pins, it will come with maybe 800 something, right? $10.
No, but
Okay.
why you need beans and everything? You can just connect it with the
Right.
Cloudflare. What
Yeah,
is that
tunnel.
service
Yes,
called?
yes. Zero
Exactly,
traffic.
tunnel, and then
Yes,
that's you can host
No,
I'm
it.
no,
doing I'm
I'm
doing the
talking.
same.
If you
He's
buy
talking about hardware.
if you buy Raspberry Pi with everything, right, it costs around 4,000 or something, right? 3,000 to
Yeah.
4,000 and
Yes,
5,000, right?
correct.
Something around, because but if you get the Raspberry Pi without a bunch of modules, right,
Hmm.
and you can just get the circuit, right, and if you're good at soldering and all, and if you know some electronics and register and all, right, you can do some soldering and all. It will cost you around 800 or like 900 something, right? You can even like decrease cost with 2,000, 3,000.
But there
Yeah.
is a risk if you use excess it, you can damage the electronics. So I would rather pay
See, there
this
is
couple. I'm not
there
the
is
electronics first
yeah,
person.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That is one thing. But otherwise, I have done that actually in my college days. Uh, see, there is one cover, right? You can use it for with the Raspberry Pi, so you can make that all the like solder stuff safe, right? So yeah, that is what you can do actually. Like
Yeah.
I have used. I also like worked with the PLCs and all, right? So I'm aware of some electronics.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Nice.
There is this till time like this was my first Raspberry Pi, and in future I might consider purchasing
Hmm.
a couple of more. I may choose to experiment.
Hmm.
So yeah,
So
about
currently that site is hosted free of cost using Cloudflare.
yeah,
Just
correct.
domain cost.
Yeah, domain,
Domain
but
cost.
hosting cost is zero.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hosting cost is zero, and it's like because
one time
ev-
cost.
even like if you consider purchasing it on DO, like DigitalOcean or something, you pay like $10.
$6.
No, oh yeah, for
It's minimum.
$5 to $6. Yeah, it's
$5,
minimum.
$5.
Yeah, and in that you get like 512 MB of RAM and one virtual CPU. Here I am having 4 gigs of RAM and 4 CPU, and that's enough
Yeah,
power, and the site is
even like
fast.
you can get some more powerful Raspberry Pis too if you have some more
Yeah,
requirement.
the Max recently they got like 16 gigs of in the Raspberry Pi 5. In Indian rupees, it is costing around 14 or 15,000 maybe, and the cost would
But
go up.
one time
Dep-
cost.
yeah, like if you love to play around with these things, like it's an amazing thing.
It's cool.
So
Like even
yeah,
like see, I coded in Raspberry Pi in Java and Python, right? So yeah, I know.
yeah,
Uh, the Python thing was little bit easy to work with in the Raspberry Pi. So most of the people are working with the Python, but I don't know why people call uh, the Java as a most secure language in the world. I don't know why, but yeah. So some of the people prefer using Java in Raspberry Pi due to that.
yeah, maybe.
And both of the like languages support for communicating with the hardware, so that is the
Mm,
main easy part,
yeah.
right?
Only
So you
electronics embedded programming which I have done till now, it's using Arduino, 82,
Arduino
EP86.
Uno.
Uh,
Yeah, Arduino has many different things. Like
yeah,
Yeah,
E28,
you,
8286
so
something.
yeah,
yes,
Arduino Uno.
yes,
Sorry. Arduino Uno is
somebody.
the most common microcontroller used in the like most of the stuff. But you have a Uno Micro, Arduino Micro, lots of things. You can have a Wi-Fi module as a separate. Most of the things are there, and you need to connect them. You need to have a Arduino IDE, lots of things, and
Yeah,
you can connect
you
it
could
with the
even
USB-A. Hmm?
you can even pair it up with Raspberry Pis. There
Yeah,
are
even
suggestions
like
you
you
can.
can connect the
Yeah,
microcontroller with the Firebase and communicate with the Android app. I done that in my past days, so I know that.
yeah. This is all belonging to the IoT domain, and I actually have
Internet
into
of things, and like
Internet
people
of
say
Things.
that
Yes.
Internet of Things is already dead, right? People say that.
No, it's booming. Like
No,
all
no,
the
no, no.
smart.
See, in my college time, like I
Okay,
have
okay.
done lots of IoT work, right? Lots of, I mean, lots of. So even like I was supposed to start, and I already started IoT company, right, in my college time,
Okay.
right? But yeah, but like we failed due to pandemic, and I don't want to like blame the pandemic, but yeah, that
Yeah.
was the reason.
Skill issue?
What skill issue? I'm still able to work with the PLC, right? I can work in Objective C as well right now.
Just kidding.
Yeah. So apart from this, like apart from the IoT, like we went sideways, but there is another thing which is not a problem which I
So
have thought,
I think
but
now still 5 people is watching, so that is cool. Like even I don't
One
think
is me. One is me.
so.
one is
That is
me.
what I was saying. That one is Chinmay, one is Jaimir, one is Pushpak, one is Jigar, and one is B. No,
Even I am not watching.
no, I'm not watching, but I just checked the count. Okay.
So I think what I had is like earlier I spoke with Punyapal, so we were just discussing about MariaDB versus MySQL.
Ah,
So even anyone using XAMPP out there, if they are thinking they are dealing with MySQL, then it
no,
is
it's
your
MariaDB.
yeah, it's
Like
MariaDB. ये तुम्हारी गलत फहमी है. Okay.
हाँ, सही
Yeah,
बात है.
yeah, even
Postgres.
Postgres. Okay, so I did a comparison of these three. Okay, and so the comparison was how much memory they consume.
Okay,
So
Chirag
with
is there.
okay,
Chirag is there.
yeah. So, like with MySQL, I knew because in the past, when I Dockerize our client's project setup into Docker, I was playing around with Docker memory limits. So, what I did was I allocated memory to each and every container. Okay. And I realized that for MySQL, I cannot go below 512. Like it needs that memory. So a couple of days ago, what I did was I spinned up a MariaDB, a MySQL DB, and PostgreSDB. And now Postgres is a slight bit different. So it would be like comparing oranges with apple. But still, I would like to share the metrics, which is the ideal memory consumption was 44.8 MB. And again, the CPU usage was also like 0.01%. Now, the interesting fact I would like to watch between is MariaDB and MySQL DB. So MariaDB, so the MySQL DB is was consuming around 443 MB of RAM and 1.02% of my CPU. And for MariaDB, the CPU usage was 0.04% and the memory usage was 268 MB. So like that's a huge performance benefit. Like I'm not sure what is exactly happening behind the scenes or uh, when we put it to stress with some load, how it would react. But this is something I would be testing out personally in my free time. And personally, currently, like I said, on my Raspberry Pi, I'm using MariaDB server and actually I'm willing to explore Postgres, so I'll be making the switch with that database. So like tomorrow is the last day of the year, Indian financial year, and I need my expense manager. Like I want to start tracking it from day one of the financial year. So most probably tomorrow I'll be clean wiping all the volumes, all the databases, and I'll be keeping things up and ready for me to
What's
use.
what's exactly your use case about like just storing the data, right? Raw data, not like anything else.
Uh,
No, it's just my personal data on my server. It's my personal
my my
application.
my personal data.
Yeah.
I will suggest you also look at the DuckDB. It's fantastic.
SQLite.
Which DB?
DuckDB.
Can you spell it
I
out?
would say SQLite.
It's much better than SQLite, man. It's perfect.
I'm just kidding, nah, about the SQLite.
Okay.
Like
Is it?
SQLite is no hate to SQLite. SQLite is 10 times better than Postgres, and then DuckDB
Postgres.
is 10 times better than SQLite. That's what I have to say.
Again, it depends. You can
It
add it
It
depends.
depends.
depends. I
You
also think
must Chinmay, you must buy that hat from the Povelas. It depends.
Yeah.
I think in this stream, he already spoke. It depends, like more than 5 times.
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe people should sponsor me. Like I keep promoting JetBrains, they are not sponsoring me yet. Maybe in future they would.
but
They are
they
asking
ask.
Virat
They
wrong
see.
person.
They ask me for sponsorship. Even I'm not using the PHP stock.
I know.
Right. I'm not sure what exactly the point where the PHP Storm misses this entire AI is. Believe me, I already have a subscription of paid subscription of PHP Storm,
I'm still not using. That's
and
what you
I'm
say.
still yes, I already started using Cursor heavily for
Uh,
last 6 months.
so
It's
see,
just crazy.
because like now we are checking that the PHP Storm era is gone, or maybe like we can say the JetBrains era is now somewhere missing in the AI part.
I will say VS Code is also lagging behind. Uh,
Yeah, but it is
I
like,
saw you
see,
stream about
uh,
Copilot, and it's
yeah,
just
do you know, like,
weird.
yeah, I got like the comment from the Microsoft employee who is working on the VS Code. They said that we are working on the speed, and actually the agent part is experimental right now, right? So yeah, that can be
Yeah,
the reason it's
I
slow.
will tell you one number. So Cursor or Windsurf, for
Hmm.
example, is doing almost 200 million in ARR.
Hmm.
Now they
But
have
I'm say
acquired.
see, I'm agree that Cursor or Windsurf is better than Copilot, right? I agree, totally agree. But yeah, it's like it's good for the kind of developer which I am, which is not much dependent on AI, and I don't want to like depend on AI yet, right now, right?
Even I'm not a AI heavy person.
Hmm.
I say this always. Human
So it is
intelligence is
like if
supreme.
you
Yeah.
want some minor auto completions, it's cool. It's cool to use the what we are talking about, the Copilot, right? But yeah, you can share your numbers, right? Sorry to interrupt.
No, so just wanted to say, see, they have acquired this 200 million. Again, there might be some new developers who joined this ecosystem nowadays just to try out Cursor and everything. But still, all these people actually moved from VS Code, and like all the people I know using Cursor or Windsurf, anything of this. There is another try also. But now, what I think that is all this code editor, why they cannot actually build this stuff? Like they have the best ID, they have best software engineering team, they have the data they wanted to train to. They collect data
Right,
from
right.
lot of our codes and everything, but still they were not able to build this in the first place.
So, um, good good points. So one, so this Windsurf, I don't know about Windsurf, but Cursor is built on top of VS Code.
Right. Even Windsurf is built on top of VS Code.
Okay. So, and who has more money, Windsurf, Cursor, or this?
Who is charging more money? You mean?
No, no, no. As a
Okay,
company,
Microsoft,
which
VS Code.
obviously
Microsoft
Microsoft.
VS Code. So in the long run, like 1 or 2 years, see, thing is like when VS Code rolls out something, they need to take care of much bigger
Audience.
things. Like they have to
Right,
think
right.
of tech non like AI person and non AI person also. Windsurf and
Right.
Copilot, they are directly targeting people who want to go like
With
vibe
the
coding route. Okay, so VS Code needs to ta- have a right balance. Like they need to give AI stuff, but they also need to do a right balance. Like now, I will share my experience with Cursor. You already know about. It's been 2 months. I think I have not used Cursor, probably more than that, because it couldn't do the basic indexing right. Like every time I saved a page, next page I go, it couldn't even detect the new functions that I added. So some basic functionality, if you can't do that thing right, then something is wrong. Obviously they might have fixed it right now, but I think for my use case, the AI that I'm using, even PHP Storm, is working for me. I'm using PHP Storm still, and I'm happy with it. Yes, I am not. I
so
won't say that I'm
yeah.
a extreme power user of PHP Storm, I use the basic stuff.
So yeah, that see, I seen one comment like before maybe 1 day or 2 day, like Google will win in the end, right?
In the end, so it's not about winning. I think it's very difficult to say who won, because there will always be 3, 4, or even more players always,
Right. Always,
and they
but
will.
it is like
Yeah,
Google will be ahead at the
yeah.
end. I
So
mean,
in terms of mass consumption, I think Google will be the player, but
yeah.
everyone else will find their own niche target.
So we can like
No, but
say that we can
why
see.
you are saying like I
Yeah,
think ChatGPT is actually winning the AI race now. Right now, right? What we are looking at
right
it.
now, yeah. But see, at the end, Google will be ahead. That is
Yes,
what I'm saying.
even I feel,
Why do you guys
So
think this?
let me tell you. Let me tell
because
you.
of the data that they
Uh,
have. Simple,
because the
simply,
data, because the data that they have, they are. See, we can
they
compare
are.
the chat. See, we can compare the Chat GPT and DeepSeek, right? DeepSeek came and gone, right?
No,
It is
people
like
are still using DeepSeek a lot.
people are still using, but they are not talking about it, right?
Hmm.
You can see less stuff on the Google about DeepSeek than the Chat GPT, or we can say the OpenAI, right?
Oh,
So
agree.
that is by comparison between OpenAI and Google at the end, right? बिकॉज वो छोटी मछली है उससे बड़ी मछली ओपन है और उससे बड़ी मछली गूगल है राइट
So Google
इन
AI
शॉर्ट
Studio,
टर्म्स
has anyone tried AI Studio of Google?
इट्स
Like
मच बेटर देन
I
लाइक गॉर्क एटलीस्ट
I use Google like at work we use Google all the Google models on this. So in that sense, Gemini has two better things than all the other models which I have seen. One is a longer context, which no one in the
they
industry has.
they cannot afford they are saying my servers are melting right
Yeah, for generating
Obviously,
images, yes.
they are joking. I believe. Obviously, they are joking. Mm.
no it's like it's kind of like we can say मुहावरा આપણે જેમ બોલે ને એ રીતે એમ so they are costing too much money right that is what they are saying
True. I see.
But they
To be
have ways.
honest, Pushpak, I am not in the AI universe as compared to you, Pushpak. But looking at
me
just the
I'm
data,
not
because
also
right now what we are streaming right now, our phone is on side. I'm pretty sure that they are listening to us.
hey we are streaming on YouTube
Yeah, exactly. Plus on YouTube, they have all the data.
even like see Microsoft already announced that on Mac OS and on Bing at all also like most you used thing is Google
Yes.
right
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even when the search is gone, even when the traditional search of Google is gone, people will
for
start
cooking.
using Gemini. I have I have already started seeing some articles where generative engine optimization is a thing now. Like now, websites and every company have started focusing uh,
SEO
to
right
yeah,
yeah
SEO for this Gen AI thing.
Gen
Now
AI,
they
right.
yeah, exactly.
Yesterday, only yesterday, I got like chat with the one ACO guy, and I told him that like your ACO stuff is already done by the AI, right? In joke way, right? But he
Hmm.
told me that the all the AI plugins which are doing the ACO, they are now not relatable to SEO, like because now if you have something in your like app right or a website the AI must be able to understand right the correct consent like consent it is not the game of keywords now
Yeah. The fast speed, etc., everything still does matter, obviously, even to
yeah
the
obvious
AI.
So
But I
there
think
is
they,
a
yeah, go ahead.
convention followed called LLMs.txt.
Yeah,
Again, there is internet divided between both of them. That
yeah,
is it something they should follow or not? Many people think it's just useless. You can end of the day you can still scroll and get the data in the same way. Uh, and some people think it's much more optimized way to put that LLMs.txt so that when LLMs hit your website, they will directly get the entire context of your website. So most of the docs website, even Laravel docs you see, the Laravel and Laravel Cloud and everything, if you just add slash LLMs.txt, you will get a complete markdown file. You copy that, put that in console, or anywhere in that opinion, put that in ChatGPT, and you can just ask any question on that documentation. So
Right.
LLMs can directly crawl that without any doing hard work. It will be entire marked down at the end of the
Right.
day.
Yes.
Right. Right.
So
So
uh,
still the effort to reduce. So people are putting extra effort so that LLMs can read their data easily, comparatively.
Hmm.
So that like the LLM text that you just mentioned
Right,
is the, yeah, people are also now they have realized that this is the future. Right now,
right.
literally I can show you my screen. This is my screen. This is the chat GPT widget that I am using. This is the this is the chat GPT directly widget. So instead of Google search in my home page, I have replaced that with my chat GPT widget. So I don't go to the web. I directly ask chat GPT.
Mhm.
The things are
Chinmay is
changing.
saying, Chinmay is
Yeah.
saying, but he is not saying loudly. We have crossed 100 minutes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Nice.
More 20 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
15.
So yeah, in that sense, I think Google definitely has a lot of advantage, but
Advantage.
I'm still not sure if Google is end up gonna win the, because this entire thing, right, is so changing every single day that one day back people are talking about generating Ghibli images. I don't know how to pronounce
In a
that.
3-4 days, I'm pretty sure in more like in less than 1 month, it will be nothing.
Everywhere,
Right.
everywhere API will be launched, so generating those will be much more easier and everything. The second thing is people now started talking about Gemini 2.5 advanced model, which again, when I used, it was not that impressive. Again, it's a subjective thing. What you feel
Yeah.
good.
It's
Right.
subjective.
Right.
Like how I talked
See,
about PHP
see.
Storm and how you talked
Uh,
about Cursor.
be, See, before reaching out to Pushpak for Ghibli images, I tried with the Gemini, right, for more than 50%, 50 times, right. He was able to give some good results, right. But when I want to edit something on that, again, it is like it was totally replacing everything, right. So yeah, Gemini is actually good at it, right? Better than Grok maybe, right? If I say that I want to only convert a face or convert only hand or maybe only a t-shirt, it is able to do that, right? Because it has more data than any of the AI which are in the AI, right? Even more than the Chat GPT or maybe OpenAI itself, right? So
See,
yeah,
Hmm.
actually, Google actually created this LLM thing. Like, uh, if you know that paper of transformers that actually came out of Google. Still, the chip OpenAI is actually dominating that space. Even most of the companies which I know actually end up using
okay.
GPT-4o
Mm.
as a API.
Hmm.
I got one controversy in my mind. I saw before maybe 2 weeks ago or maybe at time of LaraCon, right? One of the AI researcher of the Google, right, was saying that I have built something that I don't know, but it will harm humans in future, right?
Hmm.
Maybe like it was like he was saying that uh, we created one complex model, right, which is able to do everything by itself only or something like that, right. I don't know much about it, but it was the controversy, something like that, like Google employee who maybe did the resign after that. Let's Google it, right.
So
Let's Google
yeah,
it about the Google.
yeah, you can actually Google it. But I wanted to ask you, Jigar,
Hmm.
before like you are working in this industry for now 10 plus more years now. Have you
Yes.
seen this something like this in your entire lifetime? Like even I started coding 10 years back, but I haven't seen something this revolutionary. At the same time, it's affecting, like started affecting every part of our day-to-day life, which
Hmm.
the things which were not entirely possible building 5 years
Right.
back, right? Now they are literally being possible because of this AI.
Right.
So this internet itself was disruptive. So in 2000,
That was 2000.
yeah. So my first email address was in 2003.
Yeah, I
So
was 3 years old at that time.
so what I mean to say is that this disruption will always happen, but it is always upon us, like how quickly we will adapt. Just like a calculator, just like a computer, just like internet, anything, how quickly we'll adapt. And I think if there is let it be any change, like humans will adopt with it. And let's say for example this AI revolution is coming, suddenly it won't replace jobs or anything. It will take time. It will, so the adaptability also matters, right? Many of the businesses still rely on the technology that we use, like WordPress. So like it's no longer like it's not going to be quick enough. Like what you are saying is right, that this AI is very big. Like it's, I think AI era, you can say that uh, information era, we are now moving away from information era to also like to the interaction. Like after information era there was a dynamic exchange happening between the computer and us. Now with this AI era, the computer is also suggesting and making our task easy. So my thinking is like, yes, definitely there is a revolution, but it's not that big a thing, at least according to me.
See, AI is not a new thing. It's
Yes.
there from the time of when the computer was built itself.
Hmm.
Even before internet, AI was there. But now the way it has changed the
The adoption has increased.
accessibility
Yes, yes,
wise.
yes. So it's I still think that, so what is your final, like what is that you are expecting from me with my experience?
Like, have you seen any similar thing? Do you think this is like gonna be the revolutionary? Again, it's not something you can say, but what is your experience with it?
Yes. So 100% people will adopt to it, will have to adopt to it.
Oh,
There is no
So,
other
like,
option.
see, basically, what I'm saying is, as Nuno said, use AI as a commerce student use the calculator, right?
Yes. So
app.
all the technologies, yeah, all the technologies I think are the helpers to us. 100%. 100%. They will reduce our task. That's their job. That's it. And there will be few like this Google researcher who mentioned that they will create some model, etc., etc. They won't give hands and legs to that bot, whatever. Simple. And things there won't be that crazy then.
Right. So,
So it's
yeah,
human. So yeah, human will dominate always. So we are the higher being always.
right,
We build the humans build the AI.
right. So, like, now AI will build humans, new humans. Okay,
Yes.
so
Agents
like
of
I found
change.
that particular thing that uh, sorry,
Sorry, what was that?
No, I
sorry,
was just laughing when Punyamal said AI
I
will be
didn't
building
like
new humans.
understood what.
मैंने उसके आगे बोला agents of shade. I have consumed a lot of
uh,
knowledge, web series and
oh, agents
movies,
of change.
so I can throw in references at any given point of time.
What uh, your voice is breaking. You want to share something, Chinmay?
It was a reference like Agents of Shade. It's a Marvel's web series. So in that, like there is some AI stuff
Agent of
shown.
shield, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and in a season, like there is this AI who actually builds human versions of like bot versions of humans so that the AI could make a perfect world, utopia like kind of thing. I think that is utopia. I believe it's called utopia.
uh, right. Okay. Chinmay, like Riverside is telling me that tell Chinmay to put on the charger. He has a 20% battery left. I mean, they
Oh,
are watching
okay.
you.
So no, actually, I am plugged in, but
uh,
the mistake which we all
uh,
do is I had not turned on
uh,
the switch.
the, the switch, right?
Yeah.
But like I'm able to check your battery percentage.
Soon you can also access its camera, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, even though my camera is off,
That's it.
the Mac is
That's
telling
actually
me
easy.
Riverside is
That's
actually using the camera.
but it is like, yeah, you have disabled it from your side actually.
No, but my sensor is
Okay,
telling you.
Off
okay.
topic.
Let's
Oh, Chinmay,
Yeah.
very off
yeah,
topic.
yeah, yeah. Let's go about the AI stuff. What was I was talking about the like. So if you search Godfather of artificial intelligence or something, like you will find it easily because like open letter by group of 11 current and former employees of OpenAI. Okay, and one current and another former employee of Google DeepMind said that the financial motives of AI companies hide effective oversight. Okay, so it is saying that like due by for earning money they are hiding something. I mean, and I haven't read lots of it, but yeah, intelligent people will more intelligent, stupid people will be more stupid. I don't know like what you was trying to say, but
Intelligent people will be more
मैं तो
intelligent.
मैं सी मैं तो वही जानता हूँ कि गरीब ज्यादा गरीब बनेगा और अमीर ज्यादा अमीर बनेगा. ओके
Yeah.
जिनमें वापस प्लग इन कर.
Pushpak, any more AI stuff that you want to share?
So
What's
yeah,
happening new in the AI world?
Prism will be getting a new update. I saw what exactly the TJ is cooking.
Hmm.
So it's very crazy what you will be able to do with the Laravel Prism now. So
MCP.
yeah, it's around MCP, but yeah, even now OpenAI started supporting MCP. So MCP will be adopted as a general like standard protocol which everyone will end up using. And I think Anthropic is already using it, Cursor is using it. OpenAI will now start supporting MCP, I guess, from next week itself in the desktop app as well as the
Hmm.
uh, app. I think so. This I think most of them will start supporting MCP
I
because
have a
it's
basic
open protocol.
question. I have a basic question and I have some kind of understanding, but I want to
What is this?
understand the differences. So there
Hmm.
is this in your talk, probably even in the Laracon India talk, you had mentioned about function tooling or
Tool calling.
something tool calling. Yeah, tool calling. So how is tool calling and this MCP server related, similar, or
It's
different?
it's same thing. It's same thing at the end of the day. It's giving, but it's just adding the standardization on top of how exactly your tool needs to be defined.
Okay.
So understood this. Let's suppose you want to build a weather service. Like take a very basic example. Your LLM doesn't have a real-time information. Now your LLM wants to take a real-time information from somewhere else. It can be a database, it can be your system, it can be API, third-party API, or even your internal information.
Hmm.
Now, in order to give that information to LLM, you can either define that this will be the tool. Now, in order to get that weather from OpenAI.com, OpenWeather.com, you have to define all this tool yourself as a user. Now, consider OpenAI, OpenWeather already has their set of APIs already published, so you can actually connect them. So now, if someone created a MCP server of that, MCP server is nothing but it's just API specification.
Hmm.
Like LLM will call some endpoints, and then that server, MCP server, will return that response in a specific way by which AI can understand what functionality your MCP has
Hmm.
and what all things it can use to get that information. It's just
Understood.
automated way. So now after using this, you send you connect your MCP with any of this AI service. Now let's say ChatGPT started supporting MCP. You connect that MCP server. You mention that when I ask you something, just use this MCP server.
Hmm.
Now when you mention this, it will behind the scenes analyze your query and then decide if this MCP server or this MCP server needs to be called. Then once it decides that, it will automatically decide which tool inside that MCP server needs to be called.
Hmm.
And MCP tool is nothing but API at the end of the day. It can be
Okay.
get API, post API. Again, specification wise, it's simple API at the end of the day,
So
but in a specific format.
understood.
That's it.
So I saw one of the tweet which makes sense now. So I will probably summarize that tweet and just confirm if that's what MCP server is. So the flow is like this. So basically, in the LLM model, currently in any LLM model, for example, let's this OpenAI, if we say that uh, write a tweet, post a tweet for me and some hi, hello everyone, and then they press enter, it won't work by default, obviously, because they don't know what to tweet or where to tweet, etc. Then this MCP comes into picture, where it has capability to tweet the to actually make the post and also the read the post. So basically, then when once we attach that MCP server which has exposed these create post or read post, then we can say to this LLM that okay, now create post hello everyone, and when you press enter, that post will be created in the Twitter. So I recollect someone did share share this Twitter MCP,
Yeah,
something like that.
Jordan Dalton.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, now it makes sense. So this extra capabilities that it is adding to the usual LLMs that we use daily.
Exactly, exactly. At the
Okay.
end of the day, it's very simple thing. Like it's a API. Like it can be API. You can define the code also. Like if there is no API, you can actually start our own browser itself. Then go to that website and define your LLM to do those tasks itself.
Hmm.
There is Puppeteer MCP. There's a lot of MCPs by the way now.
Hmm.
So now it's some kind of API. Like instead of API, you also have to start building all this MCP adapters for your API layer as a additional features for a client. Like people can just bring this, you define your API key and just ask, now do this on behalf of me.
We can consider MCP as adapter. Yes, I think so.
And
Yeah.
it's a very simple protocol. If it's not even it's just like a way of defining data. That's it. That's not very
Hmm.
complex thing. People are just make it very complex. It's a very simple thing at the end of the day.
Hmm. Noted. Noted. All right.
Okay. So let's try to conclude this stream. Right. Let's
What?
go.
Well,
Sure.
we can't conclude. It was
Conclude. I mean, just
okay.
so yeah. No,
One to
I mean, just like conclude. I mean, complete it. Right? I mean,
okay. Yes. All
let's
right.
conclude this year. I mean,
Hmm.
okay. So, any last words?
No. Thanks.
So we
All the best
decided
with the.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Thanks for
we
watching.
discussed the
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
hyperwell. After
Yeah.
that, we
Yeah,
discussed
Pushpa.
solo starter kits,
Oh,
AI,
yeah.
all the broad topics, IDEs, then databases, uh,
Yeah.
other frameworks,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was crazy. Like all the discussions
So,
were.
yeah. So, yeah. So what I'm understanding now, we need to like take more topics. We need to consider more topics in next weekend, right? So we can we must have like more topics for 2 hours.
Hmm. Actually, we started
Okay.
topics.
So
We were discussing topics like we covered to like what challenges we faced last week. So Pushpak covered, I covered. Then we digressed from AWS, Python to some other place, and
mm,
don't know then.
so we can cut this last hour from this already.
No, no, that's all right. You
Okay.
can keep it.
Yeah.
You can keep it.
So mm, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just saying.
All
Okay.
right.
So yeah. See you everyone.
Sure.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks for
So
sticking around.
Yep.
bye bye. Yeah.